as well as being smb2, but Rugrats, which like I'm 100% down for. But like I mentioned, I don't have anything set for the bit goal, but since Twitch is giving an extra 10% on bits today, I wanted to at least have something up there. We also have the Throne, which if we meet that, Fun and I will play the Monkey Ball game that just came out. We were already scheduled to do that, but we just haven't gotten to get it yet. And yeah, I was going to put up to a poll if I was going to be designing new Super Mario World stuff or playing through Bun 3 and just kind of talking through it and stuff. But honestly, I'm in a little bit more of a design mood than I am a playing mood right now, and I'd rather just save my playing stuff for Bunny Bunny Panic, because that's probably going to be fairly hard. But we'll get to that in a couple hours. For now, we have a new project I've been working on. For those that don't know, I'm about 4 exits deep into a new Super Mario World project. I'm not like 100% ready to call it Bun 4 yet, because it's kind of stylistically a little different. It's definitely going to be in the Bun universe, but I'm not exactly sure quite where it fits in yet. But everything's going to be 1 checkpoint long, and if I feel the need to design another checkpoint, it's basically just going to go as like a secret exit, pretty much. One of the things that I kind of wish in hindsight that I didn't do with Bun 3 is make the levels as long as they were, because there were kind of a lot of 3 checkpoint levels, which I didn't super realize until I was like putting the hack together. I think everything in the game is still fun, but it is something I kind of wish I would have reeled in a little bit more. So whatever this project is nothing but 1 checkpoint levels. I'm like opening myself up more to the final level being like 1 screen rooms of all of this stuff with checkpoints in between, so that technically violates that rule a little bit. But at least for this portion of the design phase, everything's going to be just 1 checkpoint levels. Revisiting some ideas that I haven't done anything with in like 5 years at this point, or going for brand new stuff like we're doing in 125 is the new level. So this is the level that we got set up yesterday.
Did it just stay 76 all night?
Mm-hmm.
In here? And I was so cold I had to put on pants and it was 76 in here?
I guess so.
Okay.
Okay, so weirdest thing ever. My current song thing was playing and now is not playing, so I guess I'm just gonna load up the text again. It's a good thing I have a backup for this. Okay, so it's a little difficult to design levels with custom sprites sometimes, because by default they appear with this like black background and just a red X. This is the only custom sprite I'm adding into this level, so it's at least gonna be like fairly...
Maybe. What was this just doing on the floor next to the dishwasher?
I don't know.
What the actual
I had to take it out this morning because something spilled slightly, but it spilled onto the bag itself. It hasn't been out that long.
Oh, what is that?
I meant to and forgot,
What
sorry.
is your brain doing lately? Like, I don't understand.
Well, in my defense, it did spill onto the bag, and I wanted to make sure...
Spilled?
When I was taking out my Dutch Bros, some of it popped out, and I wanted to make sure that it didn't get, like, sticky or whatever.
Really, then put it back in. That sandwich is gonna go bad.
I understand.
If I hadn't seen it, who knows how long it would be out for?
Hi, NMD,
Good
thank
thing
you.
I didn't just assume it was trash. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it.
So, for those that have played Super Mario Bros. 1, what is the name of these platforms?
Really didn't even turn this on.
10 bins? So these are 10-bin platforms, apparently, according to SMW Central.
Okay, why is this not turning on? Did you unplug it? Nope. It's broken now.
Did the light bulb burn out?
Apparently!
Okay. Well, we can replace it. I mean, honestly, we haven't
Open this.
replaced that since we've gotten it, so...
Okay, well, didn't want to have to replace it.
I know. I'm explaining.
Okay, why is your phone right here? I'm exhausted. Not going well for me.
Alright, I'm sorry. So for those that don't know, these are the smb1 platforms where if you stand on them for too long, they like break, I guess.
Okay, how do you have that light on and it still looks like that?
Because I normally have light on behind me, but you just woke up, so I was trying to give you a second before I turned it on.
Granted me permission to feature clips on your channel?
So I found a thing where you can grant mods permission to clip stuff. Oh, you can just jump straight over that, that's not good. But you can grant mods permission to clip and feature things, so it just goes automatically to your featured clips instead of having to go
That
do
was
it.
Different than the thing it was trying to push yesterday?
Yes. The thing I was trying to push yesterday was users just being able to, like, download your clips or something, and that was weird, and I did not approve that.
Why did you not put the schedule in this?
It said see exclamation schedule.
I know, but nobody wants to do an exclamation. By nobody, I mean me.
Well, enjoy the lurk, NMD.
Hi, NMD.
I mean, I can't really fit a schedule in there without it being too long of a message, I don't think. Okay, so I think I need to just space this out slightly more if you can just make that
Oh
jump.
yeah, also we made a bit goal because of Twitch's bonus bits.
Yes.
It would get us there faster.
Twitch is giving 10% extra to 300 or more. Sure.
Yeah, at least 10% extra to cheers of 300 or more bits.
Yeah, it's at least 10%, and then they sometimes give like an additional up to 5%, I think, of just like, hope you get that extra bits.
Are we doing something if we hit the bit goal?
So that's what I mentioned before you got out here, is I'm trying to still think of something to do if we hit the bit goal, but that was the goal that was made at 9:59 this morning, and I did not have time.
No, that's fine. I mean, honestly, the tip goal is a little more important so that we have money to, like, do your birthday dinner and stuff.
Vex, thank you for 500 bits.
A million allowances worth of quarters.
Forgot that was my 500 bits alert. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't see my bit alerts like very often, so they're all gonna be a surprise to me.
I usually get more bits than you do, and then you usually would get like subs or gifted subs more. Interesting how different streams have like different like
ways of
currency
supporting
is the most popular to support. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, this breakcore is basically just like background noise. Let's get this on. I think what I'm gonna do. Oh, actually, let's just do this. Benefits of being on stream, I guess. Oh wait, but he's just gonna stand on the. Is he gonna stand on the donut blocks? I don't actually know how that works with Koopas, so let's learn together.
What do you mean birthday level design or birthday fun run?
So
I don't know what that means.
I explained it before you got here, but I'll explain it.
I wasn't
I'll
awake.
explain it again. So I was planning
not.
on either doing some birthday level design or doing a fun run of Bun 3, whichever I felt like doing more when I started stream today. And I decided that I felt more like doing some level design stuff because I set up a level last night that I'm excited about. So okay, so the cool thing about donut blocks is they're by themselves an obstacle, so now I just can do it like this and it's fine, I think. Mario can stand over here now, but they can't stand on a block for very long. And I think pairing donut blocks with these platforms actually, like, logically makes sense because they both can't stand on them very long before you fall. So it kind of encourages similar types of stuff. Oh, I forgot that he eats those. Whoops. So, the interesting thing about these sprites, and I guess I didn't mention this before I went live, but this portion of the sprite is actually just like blocks and a tile. And the sprite itself is like paired to another custom sprite. I'm very glad I did this offline, because if I tried to figure out how these sprites worked online, I would have probably lost my mind a little bit. But basically we were able to figure out how to pair two sets of platforms together while also allowing the custom blocks here to sort of dictate how far up and down they go before breaking. It's a really interesting sprite, and honestly, I was mentioning it to Bud last night, but I'm a big fan of custom platforms and stuff in SMW more than I am a bunch of like custom sprites most of the time.
Okay, also, this was not the Reddit post to read literally right before I went to bed. You don't even need to read the whole thing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Why did I do that? And then I kept imagining this lady with no mouth on the bus, because that's where OP saw her. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys, I read it in Too Close to the Sun.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Everyone was like, there might be macular degeneration in your eyes. Maybe go get an eye exam right now.
No! Why does it say added quote 0? Did it wipe my quotes?
No? Why would it wipe your quotes? How would it wipe your quotes?
I don't know.
No?
Huh.
Added different? I know we have different.
It's supposed to be quote added, I'm pretty sure.
But- Oh, that's where I found that one story that I'm supposed to read out loud to you guys. But in my defense, it was linked in Glitch in the Matrix. I would never just be in no sleep.
Did you say that you got permission to do that
No.
this year? Oh.
But, like, she didn't say no.
She didn't say no, but she said that it wasn't, like, done or something. Was that right?
No, it's definitely not done, but I think that... Hold on. Hold on. Because I think I saw... the...
I'll go a step further and say I probably just don't recommend Reddit in general before bed. But...
You know what? Maybe you're right.
Momo, if you are here /lurking, I also downloaded and installed a lot of the custom ninjas that we were talking about. I didn't use all of them because some of them ended up being a little funkier coding-wise than I'm comfortable with working with. But we should still definitely be able to make a fun ninja level that we haven't done before, so I'm down.
You're talking to me?
I was letting Momo know that her ninjas are in.
Oh. I was distracted.
It's okay. She might not have heard me because she was lurking too, but just in case you were lurking and still happened to hear. And if not, I'll just try to remember it again later. Okay, so there's a couple of interesting mechanics with these. I'm going to remember the actual name of these because I like these things. 10-bin platforms that I haven't worked with yet. One of which is if you stand on the platform for too long, both platforms break. Another one which you kind of saw over here is that as the platform goes down, it's kind of like the mushroom scale platform where it just overwrites a tile with like the line guide or air depending on where it's at. So you can actually eat your way through the ground, technically. I'm not 100% sure I want to incorporate that into the level because it's a little hard to explain, but it could be cool at one point if I'm able to do it. Hi, Agathor, thanks.
Hey, Agathor. Also, how's everyone doing? Sorry, I stayed up till like 4 a.m. It's a problem.
Yeah, Bun was up a
In
little
my
late.
defense, okay, I was still drinking my Dutch Bros at 7 p.m. on accident because we were studying so late. And then also, do y'all remember that the day that I started gabapentin,
I think the gabapentin
it
had a
made
lot
me
more
like
to...
stay up weirdly late, and like I forgot about that when I took, like when I upped the dose yesterday. And so I think that combined with having the caffeine so late. But I mean, it couldn't have just been the caffeine because at that point I had stopped caffeine like 9 hours ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no way it's the caffeine still at that point.
I think the gabapentin helped, but it also definitely made you stay up later than you wanted
It's
to.
just weird in your brain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's blocking nerve receptors or something, but then it also like blocks the receptors that tell me I go to sleep or something. Melatonin receptors. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I might be making that up, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah, the side effects of gabapentin normally say that it makes people sleepy, but it definitely
Not me.
made Bun stay up.
Maybe if you
very
don't have
late.
ADHD, it makes you sleepy. I don't know.
Well, I also remember that it made you pretty sleepy on the second day of taking it.
I was very out of it when I woke up the next day.
Yeah.
After the first day of taking it. It was very weird.
Also, shout outs to the ROM Hack Races base ROM because I've basically added next to nothing custom in this game outside of these smb1 platforms, and I feel like every level is very different from anything else I've made, which is nice. If I was coming back to SMW for design after Bunny Bunny Panic, I wanted it to at least feel pretty different from stuff I had made before, so it's nice that it does.
This is 50 upvotes because I was just like, yeah, you didn't read the article that you just posted. I don't get it. Why would you post an article in a subreddit and then have your post say the exact opposite of what the article actually said? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
tell me you're dumb without telling me you're dumb. I don't know.
There's also a chance that I might add in the smb1 camera at some point. For those that played Bun Bun 2, that was the camera I used in the Bonsai Bill level of that one, where it just kept scrolling right, and you had to scroll all the way right to take a pipe back to the left in the beginning of the level. It might be nice to use it a little more traditionally and just use it as literally smb1 camera for an smb1 inspired level. Although honestly, this is kind of a nice mix of SMB1, SMB3, and SMW. Because all of these Koopa behaviors are definitely specific to SMW. Like, shells existed in SMB2, and I guess SMB3, but... Actually, I guess the shell stuff started more in SMB3 now that I'm thinking about it. I'm not, like, as good at SMB3, so I tend to forget that. So, I'm probably going to have to add in another custom SMB1 platform. For those that haven't seen how these work, they're actually fairly complicated, honestly. But basically we have the custom sprite itself. This would be like custom sprite number 1 and custom sprite number 2. And then these vertical lines and the little anchor points and the distance between them are all custom blocks. So basically we would need to make one custom sprite for this platform, one custom sprite for this platform, identify how wide both platforms are, and then set them both to have the same platform link tag. So basically, through coding, we're able to pair these two sets of platforms together, and they interact with these specific tiles in a way that just makes them work like they should in smb1. But wanted to show it off because it actually is fairly complicated and took me a bit to figure out last night, in case anyone else wants to try to use these. But it also lets us do setups like this, where we actually have variable width platforms that are linked together, which I don't think is something that they ever did in smb1, at least not to my memory. Okay, so let's have... It's more fun if it's the 0 wide, and we'll just give this one a tag of 3. And that one is also 0 wide and has a tag of 3. Once you understand it, it's actually like fairly easy to get the hang of, but trying to understand the interaction between all of these tiles, the blocks that they're on, and so on is kind of a lot. Especially if you're not like super comfortable trying to figure out extra bits and stuff, because I know when I was starting off hacking, I definitely was not comfortable with extra bits at all.
Wait, Kim said this before Meredith? Also, that's Kim? Her lips are taking over her whole face. You know a late season housewife when their face is just lips.
Was that American Dad that we were watching where Stan, I think, got like too full of himself and then had like late season housewife plastic surgery?
Oh my god, yes! But then it was like a really crazy episode where the guy tried to like steal his life or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're right. He got like very plastic surgery. Yassified, even, if you will. I'm not sure if that's what that means, but I'm going to say it. Hello, fellow youths.
How do you do, Yas Queen?
Oh no! I don't know what to say, Yas Queen.
I'm just kidding. I wanted to...
Oh, I know.
It's fun to be out of touch with the lingo, even though you're actually perfectly fine with it. It's like Carrie at GDQ, and she's like, I'm hip. I'm wearing a backwards cap. Hey Mangor, how's it going? Yeah, these are fun. They're from smb1, and I'm just going to call them smb1 platforms because I keep forgetting the name of them, and I'd rather just refer to them in the game that everyone knows them from. But basically, they weigh down until they hit a certain point, and then they snap off. Hey Sylph, thank you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Hi Sylph, hi Mangor.
Okay, so I can actually get rid of this part, and then that should be good. I hope everyone's doing well. It's been a nice chill morning here so far. Oh, no, I can see why you're hearing that, but they're 10 bin platforms. But I'll just refer to them as the smb1 platforms because that's easier anyway. Yes.
I am not used to going to a school with a football team. What's the tailgating scene like on campus? Is it pretty much just one big block party type, or is it super cliquey? I'm used to a bigger party school where tailgating goes hard, so I want to know what to expect.
I mean, if they have tailgating, I would definitely go, because that's just like free barbecue before a game.
Is it barbecue, or is it drinking? It is college students.
I mean, it's probably both, but also...
I'm like, I don't know any college students that are just like buying barbecue and passing it out. I don't know. I don't go to football schools. Apparently I do now, but never have before. We had a soccer field at my last school.
free barbecue. Well, apparently that's not free barbecue, and I was thinking more of a Raiders tailgate than a college football tailgate.
No, literally, what college student even has money to buy meat?
So, I was a weird college
Myself
student
included.
in that I actually paid for a lot of like food and cook during college, but
Yeah, and you were the only one, and you got so upset that everyone else was cooked quinoa every time. Don't say any quinoa.
For dinner we're having a nice kale and quinoa salad. Put
I
5
feel
minutes
like
of
I
effort
could just
into it.
imagine you like screaming after
Yeah.
hearing that for like the 5th time.
Yep. For those that don't know, I lived in a pretty hippie area for college, and we had community dinners and stuff, which was great. I loved cooking for people and being able to like make dinner and stuff, and then also kind of just having dinner taken care of once a week. But everyone who cooked, except for me, got so fucking lazy and just kept making kale and quinoa salad every week. So when it was finally my turn, when I made like pretty late into the semester, I got super passive aggressive and went to the store and bought like $60 worth of stuff and made like lasagna for everyone. I made a little like cream dessert thing for everyone, and everyone was like actually full for the first time at community
Like,
dinners
ever?
in like a very long time.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I think
They're like, oh, you can get full from that.
I forced the people after me to sort of step up their game a little bit, and they made like actual dinners for the rest of the semester.
Amazon Help. Have you had your annual physical yet? Leave me alone. Oh wait, unable to order my item. The fuck? What's your chair?
Oh.
Well, it has to be. Nobody ordered anything else from my wish list.
Do I actually have to use an upside down muncher? I've been trying very hard to not use upside down munchers pretty much anywhere I can. Just because, quite frankly, I didn't use them a lot in Bun Bun 3, and I don't intend on going back.
The item is out of stock? Are you kidding me?
Oh.
I'll have them just put it to my balance, and then whenever it's not sold out, we can get it.
Okay.
Honestly, that'll probably be better because we can just go get it for pickup or something.
Yeah.
Or at least I could have the shipping info.
It's a little interesting to me that
What
I
the
have...
hell? You couldn't deliver it, but you can pick it up. And now I have to wait for it to, like, go through. This is stupid. This is dumb.
Oh, at least we can pick it up, because that's a little easier.
Is it refunded, though? Oh, it's sitting down to $0, so... Oh. There it is.
That was fast.
That was more money than I thought it was.
Oh.
I guess because it included shipping.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're going to pick it up, we don't have to pay for shipping, so...
Oh.
Cool. Also, these smb1 platforms are pretty fun. I'm definitely glad that I'm not committing to 2 checkpoints worth of stuff for them.
We're gonna have to wait till we see it, like, in our account, though.
Yeah, that's fine. You can get the shell back there? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so my idea with this pretty straightforward, but basically just stand on this one until it snaps, then both fall and you jump off one to the other. Oh, except they both fall off instantly with this. Which isn't bad, but I think I need a little bit more pull. These do fall pretty fast, so I'm not entirely sure if you're even able to actually land on it at the end. Okay, so you totally can, but I'm gonna need at least another tile of pull for them to actually be like in the staircase position I need them to be in. Oh, I know this current song thing is not showing up again out of nowhere. I guess so. It didn't want to play the last song, but it is fine showing this song, I guess. Out of curiosity. Okay. I think I like this more, but we'll see. That's a little more distracting, actually. I think if it was blue and dark, like blue or purple and dark, I think changing it to the red purple made it a little too much. Let's desaturate that a bit, but that looks better. And by a bit, I mean like half. So now it's more of like a purpley gray in the background. Okay, yeah, that looks good.
Okay, we all thought Meredith and Lisa from Salt Lake City were the same person. This person said, I'm gonna admit I thought the same thing about Lisa and Meredith. I thought it was the same person with two different families. I didn't question it because I thought, well, they are in Utah. Stop! It's two different people with their own families! I was letting you laugh way too hard.
I probably don't need the coin here anymore now that the wall's here. On account of you can't really do anything else but way down the platform, but... God, that's hard. It's doable, but it's pretty hard. This is probably going to be one of those tricks that I eventually get working, and that I'm going to have to nerf the ever-loving fuck out of to make it, like, fun to do while not being infuriating. It seems worth playing with, because it definitely seems like a fun jump to do. What if, actually, I just gave you, like, more to bonk off of here?
Hi, Bunny Bun.
Hi, Bunny Bun. How's it going? It's been a great birthday. Hope you're doing well. Oh, and as a heads up, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'll be opening the birthday card later in stream today to give people time to kind of sign it throughout the day. I'm not sure exactly when I'll be opening it, but it'll be closer to like Poke Rogue than now, just as a heads up. Oh shit, the low ceiling actually perfectly worked there. Okay. I think I could even actually force this more by just telling you that you gotta jump by a certain point. Also, thank you for the extra bits, Twitch, and thank you for the gigantified smiler. It's very smiley.
I love what Twitch is doing extra bits for the power-ups like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Like, I'll take 5 back.
And yes, the new Rugrats game that looks incredible.
Yeah,
I will
so
show off the
cute.
trailer again because it's so good. It is free on Epic, and it is very good. This window's actually working this time, right? Close enough. So for those that haven't seen it, this is the trailer for the Rugrats game that we have as a bit goal. Twitch is also giving at least 10% to any cheers of over 300 or more. They sometimes throw in an extra 5% randomly. But this is the new Rugrats game that has both 8-bit and HD art similar to the original show. It is also co-op, as you can see, and it basically, from what I hear, plays like Super Mario Bros. 2, which we'll also be playing after SMW. As you can tell, this game looks cute as fuck. So Bun and I are definitely down to play it, but we figured since Switch is doing the extra bits and tip stuff for my birthday, might as well. They're not doing extra tip stuff, I said that wrong, but Phil and Lil are here, Tommy and Chuck, you're here, and I guess we get to pick between all 4 of them for each level, and they all kind of do their own stuff. But yeah, it looks cute, so if you want to see that, that's our tip goal. We don't actually have anything set for the bit goal yet, because I made it like 1 minute before stream started, so if y'all happen to think of anything that you would like to see for that, feel free to suggest it. Actually, it's Doki Doki Rugrats. True. But yes, it is also free on Epic Store this week. Along with a co-op rhythm game that looked pretty fun, but I didn't get a chance to look into that one as much. Okay, I think if I lower the munchers by 1, that works. The munchers actually don't do anything on this jump, interestingly enough, because if you're hitting the munchers, you're already too far low to be able to get the jump off the platforms that are falling. But they do at least incentivize you to jump a little earlier. At least if I space it out right. Okay. So that does work. It's kind of a tight jump. But it would be less tight if I actually got to use slip. Okay. So, as I said before, those munchers don't actually do anything because if you hit those munchers, you're going to be dead to the platforms being too far low anyway. But they do at least incentivize players to jump a little bit earlier than they maybe would, which is what I need to do.
Your birthday is soon. Still haven't planned the B-Day stream yet?
Oh.
Love you.
Love you too. To be fair, that timer should be saying something completely different, and I guess I just didn't. Let's fix that.
Well, you just never updated it. You just removed it. I don't think I've even had any of this.
I have updated that timer, so it does not say my birthday is soon. Thank you.
And then you don't know what you're doing for the birthday stream during the birthday stream.
As I'm actively birthday streaming. I think I'm gonna lower these munchers by 1 tile though.
Does it really make that much of a difference to have this light on behind you?
Yeah.
Turn it on, let me see.
Oh, well, it might also just be. It might just be morning lighting because I haven't actually streamed during the morning with this new webcam yet.
I mean, I guess it kind of did in the background. Not necessarily. But this was planned.
Yeah, I did actually plan this one, so.
When do I get to give you your gift during the card? When do we get to do this card?
Yeah, I was planning on doing the card tonight, but if you want to do the card earlier, or if you want to give the gifts earlier than
Do the
that.
gift earlier then, yeah.
Yeah.
Until tonight. Sorry.
It's fine.
There's no fucking way. I'll tell you what it is before then.
We also have the gotcha stuff that you got.
Oh yeah.
I had pulled that out of the
Oh
pile.
my god, I completely forgot. I was behind all of the animals.
Yeah.
Cool. I gave Theo a gift every day this week, too.
Yeah, it was a fun birthday week. I just kept getting little stuff
I
throughout
had a
the
bunch
week.
of, like, little things that I got from Star Salts, so I, like, gave them all, like, individually. This was somebody in your users and chat list. Account created 6 minutes ago. I was like, no thank you.
Oh.
A bunch of numbers? Okay. You didn't get a raid or anything, right?
Nope.
Like they wouldn't come in on a raid? I don't think so, but...
Can I?
Get out of here,
I
numbers.
I should be able to do this, right? Oh my god, that feels so good now. Okay. Hey, thanks. Hope you're doing well. Good luck today. Thank you for happy birthday, and also happy birthday to you too.
Who's you?
Omnum.
Hi, Omno. Yeah, hope your birthday weekend has been good so far.
So I guess logical thing, given what I've asked you to do with shells so far, is either to feed a Koopa here, or... Well, I guess if I have you kick a yellow shell here, I can actually feed it into a disco shell. That might be fun. I don't remember the last time I've actually forced you to do anything with disco shell and anything I've actually released. This is definitely not meant to be like hard disco shell, but it fits here, so why not? It also fits into the Koopa / smb1 platform theme level. I don't really know if I'm doing another like dedicated Koopa level, so I might as well. I need to change this one to a yellow shell, which will actually stand out a little bit more anyway. Okay. So we're making pretty good progress on this already, which is good. I'm glad I started this level offline last night so I could figure out how I roughly wanted it to go, and then could bring the ideas online once they were actually ready for it. And that actually feels pretty nice with the donut blocks too. So it makes sense that you go on to another one of these platforms here, I would say. I don't entirely know what I want to do with another platform yet. Potentially a survival section on one of these might be kind of fun, actually. Work is a slog today. I'm sorry to hear that. I was hoping it would be nice and chill for you at least. Well, at least you're not behind, but I definitely get it, because it is not fun to even be, like, ahead, but shit's taking forever. Hi Amber, how's it going? It's been good so far. We are chilling and making a level with some smb1 platforms for about another hour or so. And then we're going to try to switch over for the first Bunny Bunny Panic crowd control. smb2 hacks in crowd control, for those that don't know because I figured this out yesterday, are apparently a little finicky and don't actually like directly work right out of the box, it doesn't seem. But I found a way where if you just load up a regular smb2 ROM under crowd control and then open your ROM hack in the environment for it, it'll still open with some crowd control functionality. So basically I priced out everything else that wasn't working last night when I tested it out. So if you see anything for 9,999 coins, just be aware that it's not going to work. And I couldn't figure out how to disable it. Hi Torch, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Seems to be the running theme of today so far. Sorry to hear that, though. I'm doing good. We've been streaming for about an hour now, apparently. What? How did that guy walk off the edge? I've never seen a red Koopa just decide to be like, I'm done here, bye. It must be because it like turned into a sprite or something as he was turning around. It's the only thing I could guess, because he's supposed to turn around like that. But yeah, we're doing well. Just hanging out and doing some SMW design for a bit before we switch over to the other stuff that we have going on. Hi Mike, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Level design's going pretty well. Oh, also, in case I forget, because I've already forgotten to mention it a couple of times, if y'all want to sign my birthday card, it is in the pinned message at the top of chat. I'll be opening it later tonight, probably around Poke Rogue-ish. But
lots of friends are here. Hi, Torch and Mike and False.
Hi, False. Thanks. It's going pretty well. We're making a fun level with these SMB1 platforms, and I think we're getting there. Aria's here, too. Hi, Aria.
Hi, Aria.
Hope you're doing well.
Keep turning that way. Can they hear me when I'm not looking at the mic?
Can y'all hear Bun when she's not looking at the mic, or do I need to turn the music down? Tell you. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Because then I can just look at chat over here and I don't have to turn to talk, you know?
It'll probably be even better during Mario Kart, because I have to switch over to my headphone mic for that. And you're closer to me for my headphone mic, because the capture card needs to be its own slot, and I only have 2 USB slots, and the webcam has to be one.
It doesn't work if you put it in the thing? Even if you plug in the thing?
I
can't plug it in.
I can't plug it in. I both don't know where a cord is and don't have a spot for it.
Yeah, I don't know what the thing is for it either.
But it's okay.
We can get an extension cord to,
It'd be nice in the future if we can, but I tested...
Well, but that was why we got that one, is because it did have a, you know, electric plug-in backup.
Yeah. I mean, if we get the cord for it, it'll be fine. But I did test Thursday's stream with my headphone mic, and everyone said it sounded perfectly fine, so... That was part of the reason I wanted to stream on Thursday, is to test if I had to change around microphones and stuff.
So you're using my mic, I didn't even know you still had that mic.
Well, it's because it's the microphone that's in these headphones, and I can just switch to it.
Oh, wait, those headphones, not your headset?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yep. But it seems like it works okay.
That's not mic, but I guess it was fine.
Yeah. Is this Bun 4 design? I'm not gonna lie, Mike, I'm not sure. It's not Bun 4 design, but I also don't know if I'm calling it Bun 4 yet, based on the slightly different design philosophy I've had for it. But it is feeling like it is within the Bun Bun universe, so it'll have a name similar to that if it's not Bun Bun 4.
I'm too tired for this.
Yeah. I stayed up pretty late last night.
Well, I did too much yesterday.
Did too much yesterday.
Every single day is full of doing too much, and I can't keep doing it. Like, I simply do not have the spoons. I can't force spoons to arrive. Like,
Spoon arrive.
hey,
I'm trying to help him.
I know, oh, it was funny. Stupid meds are gonna keep me up the weight, but it's not really that helpful.
Well, I do remember your sleep stabilizing pretty quickly after your first time of that happening on gabapentin, so I'm hoping it happens again. It just chills out. Hi Daquan, how's it going? It takes place in the Bun cinematic universe, exactly. Well, that might help.
It does help reset your circadian rhythm to have breakfast. And maybe that's why I don't have a good circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
Because I never eat breakfast. Can you get lotion or is like actually I think it's this one.
Yep.
Yeah, if you ever have a scab, just put lotion on it, especially if it's clearly in that like drying out phase. Skin loves lotion.
It does.
It just really fucking loves it. I started doing that because I was like, I wonder if lotion would help this the way that it helps tattoos heal. And the answer is yes, absolutely it does.
Makes sense.
Sorry I stuttered.
I didn't
Do that
notice.
now. Oh, well, I noticed. Because I always notice, because I always stutter.
Alright, you had blueberry French toast this
What
morning?
the fuck? Share some!
That sounds amazing.
You bitch!
How dare you have a good breakfast, you bitch!
Well, no, because I still have to put mine in the fridge from the freezer, and it has to thaw a little bit before I can even heat it up. It's gonna be another fucking hour. Send me blueberry waffles.
Yeah, lotion is pretty good. They recommend lotion for healing tattoos a lot too, and it's basically the same thing, so it doesn't surprise me that it helps with scabs and stuff. It definitely seems like it helps.
I was wearing a pair of slides for, I guess, longer than I normally wear them. You know what, it might have been that day that that dude was following me and I was walking weirdly fast. But it, like, rubbed my foot weird, and, like, I thought it just turned red, but then the next day it had, like, an actual, like, owie on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been putting lotion on it. Look how much better it looks than
Oh yeah, it's like
a minute
almost
ago.
completely gone.
Yeah. Because it just gets so dried out. I don't know. Skin is just constantly in a state of getting dried out, and it loves to, like, have that counteracted. You'll have to come have brunch with me. Ugh, can you come have brunch with me? It actually got cold enough here last night, I had to wear pants.
It's true.
And I don't think it's that cold in Arizona. I give you shit because we have family there too.
I gotta go.
We'll come in January. Also, me and my friend decided we're gonna get Friday the 13th tattoos in December for her birthday. She has a Christmas birthday. I always text her and say Merry Birthday.
On this birthday.
I never even acknowledge Christmas until she does, and I'm like, oh yeah, that too. Sorry, Jesus. That's my personal friend, so...
Sorry, Jesus, I'm celebrating someone else's birthday.
Jesus, take the wheel, because we're celebrating. I don't know, I was going to say, because I'm drinking and not driving, but I'm not, so... Yay.
Yay!
Mid-80s high, mid-60s low. We'll take it. That's not bad. I expected it to be worse, I'll be honest. Oh, don't even talk to me about a blueberry fucking muffin. Now I want to go get my muffin, but it's way too late in the day. You know they wouldn't have it.
Don't even talk to me about it.
Don't talk to me about blueberry anything right now, apparently. I'm upset. Baby, how did you put these in?
One at a time? How did you want me to put them in?
I always put them in, like, aligned to the left.
Oh, I put it right
A
aligned.
left align. You did a right align.
You made it sound like it was much
It was!
more than
I have
that.
OCD! I just scream it and walk away.
I dared to put something in the door right aligned instead of left aligned. I'm very pleasantly surprised that this level has come out as fast as it has also. So I think that's a pretty natural ending point for the level, given that it's pretty fast-paced. I'm gonna move this yellow Koopa slightly closer so you don't have to stall quite as long on these donut blocks. I don't mind you having to stall for like a jump, but honestly anything more than that and not like a designated survival section feels like a lot, personally.
Yeah, I really was so cold last night that even cuddling you was not enough.
Yeah.
Like, I was freezing. Why was I so cold?
I don't know, you were a coldy bun.
I was so cold. And it supposedly didn't get much cooler than 76 in here according to our thermostat, but like, also to be fair, the thermostat is in the very middle of the house, which is like the least close to any window or like fan circulation or really anything like that. So what the thermostat says is not always accurate. We have one of the little thingies over here. This is 78. Over here.
I wonder if I get rid of this donut block specifically, if it prevents players from trying to go back and chase it after they open that. You can have a dab if you want to.
I would love to. Thank you. So we can have a high tea later.
Okay.
Not yet, because we want caffeine.
Yeah,
First we need our stimmies, then we need our depressies. Except weed isn't really a depressant, but that's okay. They don't know how to classify it, so. Weed and nicotine, they're not sure how to classify. I'll just teach you drugs and behavior stuff.
it's good. You're learning.
Yeah. Weed is often thought of to be like a relaxant, depressant, but like it doesn't share like any of the other stuff as depressants. And then sometimes it will be mixed in with like the psychedelics.
Well, and like sativa is definitely not a depressant. I
But
think
that's
makes
really only if like you eat it and you eat too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but
Also,
yeah, you're right. Sativa is definitely not a depressant. So.
Also, we would love to see you too soon, Talia. Let us know if you're ever able to make it down, and we will plan something.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
No pressure if you're busy, because I am too, but if you want to.
Some people get anxiety from smoking. Yeah, like if I smoke a dab of straight sativa, like it's not a hybrid, it's a sativa, and I already had like heart racing anxiety, it literally will turn me into that Bugs Bunny gif where it's like heart is just like pounding outside of the chest.
Yeah.
And I don't typically get anxiety from smoking, obviously. I smoke a lot to help my anxiety, so.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so it's just interesting because it really is not. You can't classify it.
Oh yeah, speaking of the YouTube, since Nightbot just mentioned that, I posted my first short to YouTube and it actually did somewhat well. So I'll try to figure out how to keep doing that for level design stuff going forward.
Why is it doing this? College football?
Probably.
Boo! Why is Peacock the home for football? None of my guys are playing, I don't care. Oh, I'm doing really well.
Yeah, Bun's killing it in the fantasy league.
One of the guys I started played on Thursday, and I have 22 points already. Devon! And I was like watching the game too. I'm like, get off my Devon!
Bun's like, stop tackling him!
Get off of him! Leave Devon alone! That's me watching football in a nutshell.
Why didn't you guys just let him run? He was doing so well.
Talia, I wonder if there would be another one of those little market things on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I just went to one last week. I literally, though, instead of how we did it last time, I did a very, I was on a mission and I got in and out very quickly.
Well, I also wasn't there with you.
Well, right. Theo couldn't go because they were still healing, and also I was literally only buying their birthday presents. Like, there was nothing else I was purchasing besides their birthday presents. So they could not come with me. But we were maybe gonna, invite our friends to come. Like, the previous weekend, we did invite them to go to it, and then we realized we were walking around too much. Mom, they're attacking my runner! Stop. No, he's really good at running, too. Is he a running back?
He is a running back.
Well, I have a lot of running backs and a lot of wide receivers, and I can't keep them straight,
He's good at running. He's good at catching.
Yeah.
He's just good at the
He's
game.
good at touchdowning.
He is.
Yeah. Devon was the choice.
Yep.
And I picked Devon because there was a guy at the gym I used to work at back in the day named Devin, and all the girls I worked with called him Devon, and it was my favorite. I don't know. He was just a nice little Mormon guy. Oh, bless his heart. Hope Devon's doing well. Other Devon. Jim Devon.
This is definitely the shortest level I've designed in a while in terms of screen distance, but it still feels just as long as all the other ones, so.
Talia, I'll see if there's one coming up for October. If not, it doesn't have to be that, but I know it was really fun when we went to that one last time, and if it's October, it should be nicer weather than it was in June.
Yeah.
I'll check. My biggest issue right now, though, is trying to do too much with school.
Yeah.
Because right now, my one class hasn't had any at-home work, but, it's going to.
Yeah, is that class just, exceptionally chill? Or just...
The professor is exceptionally chill.
Okay.
She is me as a professor. When I said she's me, Mare, Star, and Momo all in one, I wasn't lying.
That's good.
She said the only thing about her late policy is please don't wait to turn in so many things at the very end, and then she has 40 people in 2 different classes turning in stuff way later than it was supposed to be turned in. She's like, I'll never have your final grades done.
You just ordered a new dress. Hell yeah. Oh my god, I remember this episode where they're out in this outdoor thing doing these
team building
puzzles, which is none of their strong suits.
It got sunny. It was so overcast, foggy, even rainy. Maybe they all had their coats with their hoods on and stuff. I'm I wouldn't have even left the house for this bullshit. Sorry, I can't go. I'm sick. Teresa, what do you mean flip them over? I don't get it. As her team is literally just flipping everything for the puzzle over, trying to do it all fast because they get it, and Teresa's like, what do you mean? I don't get it. The Jersey accent I did for her, I'm sorry. Maybe she needs another cup of coffee. Excuse me, football, stop doing this to my housewives. Also in that class, I admitted I was reading the Housewife's book because she asked if anyone was reading any books, and only one person said something. And all the rest of us were too intimidated to say any book after that because she was reading some, like, psychology book that was, like, really cool. And we were like, oh. And she's like, huh, nobody else is reading anything? And I'm like, well, I mean, I am, but it's embarrassing. And she's like, you don't have to be embarrassed. I was like, it's the Real Housewives book. Like... And then I realized that's probably confusing because several of the Real Housewives have written books. No. I'm not reading a book written by a Real Housewife. I'm reading, like, the behind the scenes with all the producers and shit. Not all diamonds and rosé. And then I accidentally put her on a tangent about books, and she started talking about how she was working at Barnes & Noble when 50 Shades of Grey came out, and that the most unapologetic people buying it were, like, the little old ladies that would just, like, put it on the counter, like, yep. This is what I'm buying.
Yep.
Everyone else would, like, sheepishly put it in their stack of books. Like, hopefully they won't notice. And then she's like, I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent. I don't know how we got here. And I'm like, I think it was my fault. I'm sorry. She's like, yeah, I have ADHD, so that happens easily. And I'm like, yeah, me too, so I'm sorry. I'll, like, get two of us together.
Get that smut, old ladies.
No, for real, that's what I said! That's literally what I said! Just here to purchase my smut.
One smut, please.
Oh yeah, let me see if there's one coming up. It made me laugh so hard. Did you see that Olive changed her hair?
Oh yeah, it's dark now.
Yes.
Keep...
Who knew she could be any hotter? Jesus. Ugh. Get away from me, you beautiful queen. Don't get away from me. Oh my god, look at her! A goth queen. Who knew she needed black hair? I sure did not know.
I don't know.
Okay, butt in that dress. This is on Instagram? Alright.
Okay, button that dress. I remember that old Simpsons quote, Tully. I haven't actually been to our local queer bookstore. I walked by it a lot of my...
We tried to, but they were closed.
Yeah. They have kind of weird hours.
Well, we didn't have masks with us that day.
Oh, yeah, because we were just walking.
We were just, like, walking around, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, and I think I probably agree, point to Homer's thinking bits as, like, the best part of The Simpsons, and then when he stopped doing them is when The Simpsons got bad. And, I can't disagree with that, because the thinking bits were definitely the best.
Oh my god, these are so cute.
I remember there was one episode where Homer's just, like, laying by himself in the hammock, and the dog comes running out of the house, chasing this, like, Bush re-inauguration campaign truck or something, and Homer just laughs to himself. He's like, looks like that dog's barking up the wrong bush. And, like, he laughs to himself, and then he's thinking, and he's like, congratulations, Homer, the smartest thing you've ever said, and nobody was around to hear it. And, I think about that quote quite often.
I'm not seeing just, like, a list of dates. I know they're linked. No, these are just contests. That's not helpful. And then it only just says, like, next event.
That is one of his quotes, and it's also my $20 tip alert. Because he finds it 20.
And Theo was like, you've tipped enough for goods and services. And I was like, you literally have to put a disclaimer on Twitch that no goods or services will be provided for tips. You cannot say that.
Yeah. So if you look
I
down
was
at
like,
my
the
thing,
alert can say it, but you cannot say it in the text.
I think it still says it in the text, but I have a disclaimer in my tip thing that it does not actually give tips and services.
So it looks like today is the last night market of the year, but that feels like they will have the day ones.
Yeah.
So I will wait until after today and then see.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be other fall stuff for us to do. We'll definitely let you know. The donut block implementation of this level isn't something that I set out to do when I designed it, but it fits well with the not being able to stand on things for very long before they fall of the main spread of the level. I could probably even just shrink that down to that one corner block, actually. If you hit that weird, it kind of just falls off, though. I might change this back to 2.
Oh man, it really has gone up. They always did this one, but this one was like 31 with a $9 tip before. So it was 40. If they can miss that, then I'm definitely taking. Don't want that.
Let's slightly change this. I think that works. Okay.
Okay, this is the only kind of picture where the background should be blurred.
Yep.
And I stand by it. I'm taking a picture of one person in the sea of people. Goodbye, sea of people. Well, not goodbye, but like be blurred.
Goodbye, sea of people.
I hate when portrait mode blurs out a nice like nature background or something, you know?
Yeah.
Where are other people?
What? Why did Lakitu just decide he was done? Alright, well I need to find something different for the actual, like, survival portion of that. I'm not sure why Lakitu just decided to hide in his cloud and never be seen again, but... Also, I should probably lower this by 2 tiles because I saw the ending was slightly cut off. Okay, so the good news is everything up until the survival ending works. The bad news is I have to come up with what a survival ending would actually look like. And it looks like we are coming up on the end of the design portion for today, which honestly, we made a decent amount of progress on this, so I'll go ahead and consider that a success. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a quick break to try to set up crowd control and potentially think of a bit goal to add to this, so it's not just bit goal.